Welcome to another class. We are still on operating on string in Python. So today we'll look at indexing and slicing for strings. So we have a variable here called a name as a string so So is this we are going to see the positions of each of the characters, print it. So let's go to Python and Atom in this case to write a Python program. So if you have read the book Mutanda Yomnamondo, you should be very familiar with this. The Atom, Oboho-Etuk. String. So we will read the index of each of the character. Let us read the index that's in position the kernel. So like this is how it should look like. The kernel is 0. We are also going to print likewise print the kernel. Let's say 0, 10. Let's see, let's run the program. Let's hash this and see what happens. Kernel 0 says safe so which means it's reading it as one word. All right, let's say let's forget about that. about that so that we don't go too far away from what you intended to achieve. It is to okay, I think there's error somewhere. Yes. Okay. So we don't achieve. We have this and a comma. We want them to be separate words. And let's print it. All right. I hope you are able to see what we're trying to do. So the idea is just to split, to be able to address, access each of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still at 8. Okay, 6. All right, let's run that and see how it goes. So the when we slice the statement, when we look at the index, let's see, when the index of phi is this one. This is the index of pi, and this is the index ranging from 0 to 7. Let's look at the index ranging from 4 and to 7. Let's run it. Okay, index 4. What we call as okay. Let's see what index 1 is, so that we may not have to. Let's look at index 1 so that if it is a space, this is 1. So when we say index 1, this should be index 1. Then this is the logo of the book title of that book, and it is a very interesting book. So a kind of a made a statement in that book which says safe is so that is position 0. I wanted us to, okay, I wanted to make this one sentence without, let's see if I can achieve that here. Bracket, let me take out this of the commas. Then I'll take out the bracket, string bracket. And take out the string brackets. So that we can see the difference. All right, you can see when we took out the string bracket, it now index 0, then index 4 to 20. So item of Oboho-Etuk. So I hope we now understand how indexing of strings work now in Python. So we can, each of these characters position the numbers. So now let's look at how to slice each of them. So these are beautiful things about Python, indexing of strings. Necessary out of it and see how it goes in the program. 0, 20 to 23. Let's open the variable. And print. The kernel is there. It runs O2. O2 is a character we are able to slice out of the word. So 22, 23, we are able. Let's try we can do. So let's try this. Rinse the canon 20 is to space. So the last 0. Let's see how it goes. Lumped everything together, no space. So that's a beautiful. So that's it. So how do we now create space here into this? So we can actually create space, but that will be in another class we are going to talk about. Yesterday, Mr. Isaac mentioned about using this run. It's giving us a error, which means it doesn't run work here. Let's try. So giving us error. Say bar to separate. Alternatively, is for us to be able to create a space inside these columns, inside the columns of the string. So that's it. And that's a very bit the slide and the, the indexing is the one that we are using only one. It is very, very important. Example, names and their age. So if you have, supposing my name is Anedi, I want to write my age beside my name. So if you have two lists, you can actually make a top for link, a kind of mapping, link a name to another list. So you have to be able to understand this. this list. All right, my audio had ceased. So we can continue now. So as I was saying, wood are tied into rafts. Ethanol being a substance that can easily evaporate can be stored in a canister, whereas petroleum products, especially crude oil, can be stored in barrel. So now let's create a list. Okay, we already have two lists. So now let's see if we can pull this together such that we link wood and map it to raft. We link ethanol, mapping it to canister. We link petroleum, mapping it to barrel. So now this is the program. The program says tabulate lists, then zip it, zip the variable field and container, then print this declaration of variable called tabulate. This is how the program will run. So we need to first of all understand this process. We can change it to become anything. It can be name and phone number. It can be anything. But the idea is that mapping one list to the other list so that you have a set of tuples. And now let's see the result, how it goes. You can see that wood has been mapped to raft. So they are in the same tuple. Ethanol is mapped to canister, and petroleum is mapped to barrel. So now, that's just it. So we can say for I in tabulate, print I, and see how it goes. Let me run that program. So separate from what we just, let's say for I in tabulate. Print I. Let's see if it can print them in I don't know, vertical line. Yes, it's will be able to print them vertically. Wood to raft, ethanol to canister, and petroleum to barrel. So I hope we now understand how this program runs. So that's it. So this is a very beautiful language. It's called Python. A very robust, a very fine language. You can just craft so many things out of it. So now let's look at that. We want to create pupils and scores. Supposing you have a list, you have, let's say, I say YT is less than 3, you can increase it to 5. Supposing you have 5 people in a class and you want to record their scores, and you want to create a tuple linking both students or pupils and their scores. So first, I still need to include another program for I in table. I should use the word tabulate too. I think I should use that tabulate so that for I in tabulate, print I. Okay, let's run this program. Now, enter name of people. Let's say the people's name is Anedi. What is the score? 100%. Enter name of people, Isaac. What's the score? 95%. Enter name of people. We have Blessing. What's the score for Blessing? 70. Enter name of, okay. I think there's a error somewhere. It says name table is not defined. Okay, we should have print tabulate, not table. All right, that's solved. Enter name of people, Annie. Was the score? 100%. Enter name of people, Isaac. Was the score? 95. Enter name of people, Blessing. Was the score? 80. And now, since it's less than 3, it has given us Annie scores 100%, Isaac scores 95, Blessing scores 80. So we'll be able to present it in a vertical line using the for loop. And this is the initial print set tuple, which prints its horizontal. I hope we all understand this program. And it's a very beautiful thing. You can set this to 100 and input up to 100 pupils. You can set it to 5 and input up to 5 pupils. So this is how the program looks like. We declared a variable list called pupils. Then we declared another one called scores. Then we now set a variable t to be 0. Then we now say while t is less than the number of pupils we have in class. In this case, we took 3 people to be members of the class. If there was 50 people, if there were 50 people, we would have put 50. If there were 10, we would have put 10. But this, we assume there are 3 people in class. Then we now declared another variable called a inside the while loop. I said a is a variable that calls for an input of a string, which says enter name of people. We cannot enter an integer. We can only enter a string. Then b is a variable name that calls for input, where we now declared a integer. You cannot enter a string. You can only enter a integer, which is a number. So we now say pupils.append the variable input a. The names will go to pupils. Then the scores.append b. That is the integer, the score of the pupils. It now goes into the list scores. Then we now set the variable t to be equals to t plus 1. Remember in the previous class, we said that t plus 1, t equals to t plus 1 is the same thing as t plus equals to 1. So it is the same thing. So even if we say t plus equals to 1, it's the same as saying t equals to t plus 1. And then we now use this command, say continue. Why did we do this? We did this because we are already say t has to be less than 3. So if we do not use continue, this loop will not run 3 times. So we use this continue to make this loop to run 3 times. So it will only terminate when t becomes when we exhaust the third loop. So it will end there. So we continue that, and once we get that t, while t is less than 3, we keep imputing, and once 3 gets to 3, it will stop. So it will now get out of the loop, and then the bullet says that we should zip the 2 lists, pupils and scores. And I now wrote another program such that it will present it in a vertical form, present the tuples in a vertical form, and it now presented it in that vertical form that we saw. And we now wrote another program that tabulates it. Sorry, that prints it in an horizontal form. So I hope we understand this program. It's a very, very fine program. So I'm going to hash that because we are done with it. We always have light challenge. So I'm having difficulty having a clear view of my keyboard. The Nigerian factor. So at this point, I believe we have completed the things we need to know on strings. Every other thing are going to be addressed as we keep studying Python. So our next class will definitely be on other programs. Let's look at what we are going to do tomorrow after string operations. Okay. Yes, we're supposed to look at concatenation of strings, but that is not a problem. I think we are going to put that as an assignment. So we are going to read on concatenation of strings to discuss in tomorrow's class. So we will now, after this, yeah, we still have more on strings to do. We still have more. We'll look at concatenation of strings. We'll also look at iteration through strings and string membership sets tomorrow. After that, we'll look at these other string operations. Then we likely might round up in strings. So we have 2 classes to go on string operations. Thank you very much. Look forward to having you tomorrow, 8 p.m. and on Sunday, 8 p.m. We give thanks to God for taking us through this class. We bless his holy name, and we continue to believe that as we study and we learn more, we are going to improve and advance humanity and we are going to be a driver and very intelligent people as far as um, data science is concerned. We are going to contribute much to it. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you everyone for coming around. We are going to continue this great work in learning and understanding data science and AI. Till we meet tomorrow, have a wonderful night rest. Thank you.